My dad works in B2B marketing. He came by my school for career day and said he was a big ROAS man. Then he told everyone how much he loved calculating his return on ad spend. My friends still laugh at me to this day.
Not everyone gets B2B, but with LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people who do. Get a $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/campaign to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be, to be.
This is a Rogue Media Network podcast.
One trash fight all through the night, deep in the heart of Texas. The trailer park is nice and dark, deep in the heart of Texas. Dad drinks his brew and he spits his chew, deep in the heart of Texas. The TV blares but no one cares, deep in the heart of Texas. Here we go!
Hey, everybody, welcome to King of the Hill podcast. I am Mike, and that is Mason.
Yeah.
He is sitting in for Rusty, who is sick. We normally record these kind of back-to-back, and then we put out the Monday and a Friday episode. Rusty is at home, finally. He was out of the hospital once, then went right back the next day. The man got very, very sick. He wanted to come in and do a few minutes here today, and I told him no. So I said, you need to get better. I don't want to do that while you're still sick. Okay, so today is a That Ain't Right Friday, and on those days, we generally do something kind of from the King of the Hill universe. You know, we just talk about something coming up. We don't do a real episode necessarily, like a 22-minute regular King of the Hill episode. This one comes from Lone Star Herald, I believe. So it's a Texas online newspaper. And it says it's from the television news section. This was published November 4th. So actually it was updated on the 7th. It says there shouldn't be a reboot. King of the Hill fans voice fears about upcoming revival series. Mm-hmm. So here's my take on some of this stuff, right? We've heard about this reboot or the continuation or whatever you want to call it for a very long time now.
Yeah. And it's amplified for us because we talk about it a lot.
Sure. But I'm saying I think also...
Are you eating raisins?
Yeah, it's a box of raisins. But even...
Gross.
I love raisins. Raisins are great. You know they're plums. I think that the time... It's been too much time for people to try to get used to this thing. I'll be ready when it comes out because at least it'll be done. We'll know what we're dealing with, that sort of thing. This is by Taylor Kamitz. It says, while fans of King of the Hill await the revival of the popular series, some are sharing hot takes on Reddit about why there shouldn't be a reboot at all. A post on the King of the Hill subreddit explores fans' concerns about the revival, with the original poster sharing their belief that the reboot might mess up some of the original stories in the OG, the series that first aired in the 90s.
Yeah. At
the same time, the Reddit users stress that they have faith in Mike Judge and Greg Daniels, the King of the Hill creators, who are helming the revival. Now, not everybody shares the same optimism. There's one post on Reddit that just says, there shouldn't be a reboot. That's it. It's the whole thing, right? Look at this.
Yeah.
Big old font, right?
Yeah. I get the thing. For me, what I'm sort of hoping for, and while the episode where Luann gets married is technically can be considered a finale, it's not actually, because the series does officially continue. We have those 2 other seasons. My hope is that, if anything, it does give a finality, like there's like an actual like ending. I don't know how you do that, but maybe something can come from it. Like my issue with the Futurama remake or reboot is the original Futurama ending. Like after they on TBS or TNT or wherever they ended it on with it's a great ending. I generally really like.
That's the other part, though, right? Is that it skipped around on a bunch of networks.
Skipped around a bunch of networks, but they had an ending, and now they brought it back on Hulu, and it's still going. And it's, I'm not gonna say it's bad. It's not bad. Like they're decent episodes, but I don't know if, again, there's also a generational gap, new writers.
That's also Matt Groening, though, who has done The Simpsons for 35 years or whatever.
Well, he hasn't even done The Simpsons. He just.
But you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's that same mentality. If you got a property, keep it going.
Yeah, and I get that. And on one hand,
It's a
I
very
like that. I
American
like
thing,
when things
too, by
keep
the way.
going, but also I do like when things have an ending.
Yep.
It's when it's a satisfying end. Like when The Simpsons one. I mean, there's no way to end it satisfying.
If Breaking Bad was still on, it'd be terrible at this point.
Yeah, but that's also a different. This is only an issue that ever happens with comedies because dramas have to have an ending. I think the only exception would be like Supernatural or like
90210.
90210, One Tree Hill. Those you can drag out because a lot of that's
ER.
melodrama. Well,
Law and Order.
Grey's Anatomy.
I mean, they're starting
not
to add up here, man.
Yeah, but not procedural. I'm talking about like you get my thing.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, like that makes me think. Yeah, how does SVU ever end?
Yeah, I don't think it does. I think you just go.
No, it ends when Mariska decides she's done.
It did end? Or
No,
it
it
didn't?
will when she decides she's done. That's
See, I
when
don't
it's
even keep
gonna
up with that stuff anymore. Now, like we were watching TV the other day, my wife and I, and something came up and said it was NCIS Origins.
Yes,
I was
there
like,
is
what
an
the-
Origins coming
So
out.
this is a prequel to the NCIS universe?
I guess.
Do we
Why
need
not?
that?
I mean, if there's ever going to be a prequel, I would love a Captain Kragen. Sorry, I'm in a
I
lot
don't know
of
who that
Law and
is.
Order
Oh, that's Law
binge
and
right
Order?
now. It's the original SVU captain. I'd love for a prequel with him, but
I don't really
well,
know
yeah, I
these
guess
people.
things do keep. I do like. I mean, I love when things keep going. It gives me more stuff to watch, but I also do love when things have finality.
So, like I
Yeah,
said,
it's-
this is a very American thing. Like in England, well, I'm just trying to be rusty for a second. In England,
Like their shows have like
yeah,
2,
man.
3, 4 episodes.
Look at
seasons.
The Office. The Office was 2 seasons. That was it.
Yeah, but they also
Series
do have
1, Series 2.
Yeah, but well, I don't know if it was as popular in England. It might have been. It might not have been.
I don't know. You look at a lot of their series, though. It's like we're going three seasons. We're done. That's it.
Yeah.
Because we started with a beginning, we had a middle, and we had an end. We had a story arc. We're done. And that's honestly, if you want to bring it back after that and introduce new characters, new situations, whatever, great, whatever. But that's not the same as rebooting a show.
Yeah.
So one Reddit user stated, "I do not have many high hopes it will be good," while pointing out that much of the cast has died, which is true. Johnny Hardwick, of course, died in 2023. The late actor also served as a staff writer, producer, and story editor. Then there's Brittany Murphy, who died in 2009. She was Luann Platter. And then the show did not address Murphy's death. It occurred months before the final episodes aired. ZZ Top bassist Dusty Hill died. I'm not sure how that's going to really impact it. And then, of course, Terry Garr just died in October. And then you've got Tom Petty died. I mean, there's a lot of dead people on this thing, Now, Stephen Root's still there, which is wonderful because he did a ton of the voices. Mike Judge is still
kicking.
around. All those people, yeah.
I mean, a lot of
Kathy
it. I mean,
Najimy.
the only big one is Johnny Hardwick because does not sound cold, but you could just say that Luann and Lucky moved somewhere.
You could,
if you want to do that.
You could.
Yeah.
I think that I think this will be a very Bobby-centric series, the new one.
Yeah.
We've already learned that he's going to be a chef in this fusion restaurant and all this stuff.
I mean, that's how a lot of these. I mean, outside of, I'm thinking of the reboots and the remake reboots of the last couple of years that have come out.
Yeah.
Like Fuller House, that '90s show. Those are the only two I can think of. But a lot of them, unless they're animated ones, they just focus on the next generation of characters.
Mm-hmm.
Just like that '90s show, focus on Eric and Donna's kid. Fuller House.
Did you watch that?
I watched the first season. I get a chance to watch the second.
Was it any good?
I mean, it was okay. It
Yeah.
got canceled though. But
Yeah.
I mean, hey, at least they got to try it.
Just like the 90s got canceled.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, I mean, I would enjoy that. I mean, there's not really much more you could do with. I mean, there's always plenty you could do, but I'd like. I don't know. We'll see.
Says concerns over casting are not the only points raised on the subreddit. Public distrust of reboots leads to concern over King of the Hill. Another fan brazenly shared that they refuse to watch a reboot, which I think that's silly. It says they cited the reboot of the animated science fiction Futurama, like you said, renewed for 2 additional seasons, expected to air in 25 and 26. What they did to Futurama, and I dare to say Teen Titans, I've grown distrusted of rebooted / spinoff cartoons and shows in general. This was by Reddit user few_butterscotch_969.
I need to watch the Frasier
There's your
reboot.
15
I've
minutes.
seen the first episode. I need to watch more of it because I liked Frasier. Frasier also rebooted.
Yeah, Frasier was a good show, but I don't know that I'm watching that reboot.
I mean, it's okay.
It's
okay.
critical to note that Futurama was created by Matt Groening, who helmed the reboot along with co-creator David X. Cohen. Then, of course, you had Beavis and Butthead that got rebooted.
Did anybody watch that?
I think they did.
I think it was only on Paramount, wasn't it?
Rusty told me that he really liked it. I watched a couple episodes, and I thought it was pretty much the same thing. And it.
But that's a series. Like the only thing you'd change really is just the animation style because it's pretty.
But they also had the movie and other things. So and then to get the guys from Saturday Night Live to be them, in real life and stuff. I mean,
isn't it weird how that's a franchise that you think would only stay in the 90s? It's somehow still referenced in the 2020s.
But think about all the people that are on Saturday Night Live now. That was their childhood, and so they're very much into it. Let's see. Another Redditor chimed in to shower the Beavis and Butthead series revival with love. Said they've been pretty good. Anyone can actually do a reboot right. It's Mike Judge. Despite the valid concerns of fans, many Redditors of the King of the Hill subreddit have expressed their excitement about the series while reminding others not to judge the revival until they've seen a single episode. And that's absolutely true.
Is Saturday Night Live airing tonight?
It's Saturday.
I mean, is their season still going?
It's really Friday, but yeah.
I'm going to look this up real quick.
Anyway, it'll be on Hulu in 2025, they're saying. I personally am looking forward to it. I think we've chronicled that here very well.
There is a new episode tonight.
Yeah, who's the host on this thing?
Bill Burr.
Bill Burr. I like Bill Burr.
I've just not to get into anything. I generally am interested to see what this episode's going to be like.
You know what's weird?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean after the election and stuff?
Yeah, after the election.
Yeah.
So.
You know what's really weird?
What?
Theo Vaughn. That's a weird one, right?
Theo Vaughn. Was he?
Comedian?
Yeah, he's okay.
He's going to be at the Bell County Expo Center.
He will?
He's like 30 miles up the road here from us.
Tonight or?
No, I think it's in March.
Oh.
And the last I checked, there were like 20 seats left.
I've seen parts of his podcast stuff. He seems like a funny guy.
He does seem like a funny guy. I think he is a Trump guy, but
I don't know who that would surprise anybody.
I don't think it does.
Yeah.
But
we're not trying to get into politics. I just generally am interested to see how they're going to do the episode.
I think they're all the same people anyway. So
yeah, they're all tell jokes.
It's like NPCs or something, they're just different skins on all of them. That's really all it is. One of them looks like a Trump and one of them looks like a Biden. They're the same person down deep. They all want to take your money. Anyway, we live in some weird times. To be able to look forward to something like the King of the Hill revival, which I refuse to call it a reboot because I don't think it is. I think it's just a continuation.
I mean, we said the word reboot so many times. I hate that word now.
Yeah, revival I think has a much better connotation to it. And I do feel like this is a revival. And I also feel like, between Beavis and Butthead and King of the Hill, those are Mike Judge's two biggies. That's his. Yeah. Those are his loves. And honestly, I think if you break it down, he probably loves King of the Hill more than he loves anything else.
I would hope so.
It just seems like it, Like
I mean, he gets to be more creative. Beavis and Butthead, at least when it first started, and not just to protect the characters. From what I've seen, you are limited with what you can do with those two. With King of the Hill, it's such a much bigger cast.
It is a much bigger cast, much bigger universe,
different setting.
Yeah.
And there's a lot more you can do creatively and comedically. With
also, thing that people need to remember is this show is basically based on Mike Judge's childhood. And so he has a real deep connection to this and these characters.
Do we know if he's actually involved in writing at all?
Oh, I'm sure he is, yeah. I don't know for sure, but I think
I just wonder who's, I guess, these batch of writers. I know we talk.
I would think at least at the first he would have to write, the first 3 or 4.
Maybe at least give some notes, maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see.
But I'm looking forward to it.
We'll see when the credits say.
I'm looking forward to it. I don't know about you.
was waiting for I want to see a trailer first.
Yeah.
Hopefully, at some point in the next year.
I think trailers screw everything up.
It depends on the trailer. It depends. I like trailers for shows. I like trailers for shows. I'm good with one trailer for a movie. One trailer for a movie, depending on the movie, works. Because I was watching. This annoyed the shit out of me yesterday. I was at work, and GMA was on, and they aired.
Good Morning America.
Yeah, they aired a promo during the show to get ready for that bullshit Mufasa movie coming out in a few weeks.
Nope.
There's a the 2019 Lion King movie, the live action animated movie.
The John Favreau.
John Favreau, yes.
Yeah.
There is going to be a Mufasa movie, Mufasa's origin story.
Live action.
Quote unquote live action.
Nice.
Yes.
That's what the world needs.
Yeah, world needs Mufasa's origin story for whatever reason, and it makes the way it looks so far is like, maybe Scar had a point, but
But you just said that you were okay with the origin story of the NCIS people.
That's a TV show. Because
But
TV
what's
show,
the difference?
it's a procedural TV show. It's just gonna be another cop origin story, and like that. Those are fine.
This is just another lion origin story.
Yeah, but this is different. Lion King's more special to me, Mike. I don't give a fuck about it.
Is it because it's from your childhood? Is that what it is?
Partially, also just because I hated the 2019 one in concept, and then I actually watched it and I was like, what the fuck is this?
Well, it's like everything is just dead.
Not everything is dead, but things.
Well, no, what
feel
I'm
dead,
saying
yeah.
is they don't have life in their eyes. You know what I mean?
Well, it's because
there's just nothing there.
they make it like real animals, and real animals have emotions,
Yeah.
and you can see them, but I mean,
Not computer-aided.
not computer,
computer-generated ones.
computers can't do that. But
I am tired of computer-generated animals, by the way.
yes,
I don't like it. I don't like the fur. I don't like the way they move, which is just slightly slower than everybody else.
yes.
Why can't you fix that?
To get back at where I was
Elon
going
Musk
with
has
the-
robots serving fucking canapes at his parties, but we can't make lions on the screen look better?
exactly.
Come on, let's do better.
Well, we can send rockets in space every single day, but we
Sure.
can't fix our goddamn roads.
Yeah. Well, that's true, too. Let's get on to that.
Well, look at Robinson's roads. Why are they still so? I mean, I know
Yeah,
construction's
Robinson.
hard. No full offense to Robinson. Fuck Robinson.
Robinson just elected a new mayor,
Yeah, you know who they elected?
Greg May.
Greg May, the guy who I bought my car from.
And nobody out there understands who this is, but Greg May is the local Honda dealer here
And
in
Hyundai.
town. And I'm watching the election results, and I'm seeing this, and I'm like, what the hell? Greg May is going to win mayor of this city? And then as soon as they show me those results, they cut to a commercial for Greg May Honda and how they sponsor all the high school athletic stuff or whatever. It's just like it was Greg May all night for me, and
And then you got I mean that just happens.
I'm gonna say something here.
Yeah.
I don't think Greg May seems like the nicest guy in the world.
I mean, he's a businessman.
He's also a car dealer.
Yeah, no offense to Greg May if you listen to this. I don't know you personally,
Full
but
offense, Greg.
you're
No,
a
I'm just kidding.
he's a business owner with
He
multiple
is.
dealerships.
He is.
To run a successful business for years,
Well,
you can't be a nice guy.
Here's the thing. He sells cars. Maybe he wants better roads.
One of his first promises was, "I'm going to try to fix the roads in Robinson."
Really?
We'll see. And I'm pretty sure we ran a SOT at work. I believe he said not on his first thing, but he wants to make the roads better.
Yeah.
So we'll see if that happens.
Well, good for him.
I mean, just a quick tangent. Don't forget, Arnold
bought a
Schwarzenegger was
shovel.
governor of California for a while.
Oh, yeah.
The guy, Mark
Jake
Jacobs.
the Snake.
Kane is a governor or a mayor. Kane's a mayor.
Kane is?
Yeah,
like
Kane.
the wrestler?
Yeah, the wrestler Kane is
wow.
a mayor. And
Of what?
whether you like it or not, the host of The Apprentice is our president
That's true.
in
too.
January. So
Yeah, that's true. For the second time.
for a second
The
time.
sequel, the reboot.
But
It's
back
the
to the
reboot.
point I was making about trailers real quick. Sorry, we're having too much fun, Mike.
Yeah, you're good.
I was watching GMA.
Stop
and
that shit.
They aired a trailer that said it was like a whole 30-second promo.
This is the Mufasa thing.
Yeah, from Monster Thing. It was a trailer that said full final trailer coming later tonight online. So it was a trailer for the fucking trailer.
Holy shit.
They do that now. It's annoying as shit.
Yeah, that's
Like if you
weird.
watch
I
some
don't like
trailers
that.
from like the last 4 or 5 years, the big movies, it'll like show pits of the trailer. It's like trailer
Well, it's a
starting
teaser.
now.
It's a teaser for the trailer.
Yeah,
is what
which
it
is-
is. But my
But
wife,
again, I like trailers for TV shows because it tells me what the show or the season's
my
gonna
wife
be about.
loves trailers. We just sit there and watch movie trailers sometimes. But
Because it's an art form. It
I've
is an art
gotten
form.
to the point where I hate trailers because they give away the whole damn movie. We just watched one about this little Russian ballerina girl who's a vampire.
Oh, Abigail. Yeah,
Yeah.
that annoyed me.
They gave away the whole thing.
I'm
You knew the whole
fi-
damn movie.
especially since the hard part with that's hard to there's an art to it because the twist is, but I haven't seen the movie, but I want to. I know like the twist is, spoilers for Abigail, that she's like some demon or vampire or whatever.
She's a vampire. That's
The
all there is
question
to it.
is,
No demon.
you don't know how
In the
much
trailer, you know?
Yeah, but how much into the movie do you find that out? Is that in the first 20 minutes?
No.
Or do you not until like the first hour?
It's probably 35, 40 minutes into the thing before you figure that out.
God damn, yeah, you could have had
But
that. I was-
already going into it knowing that, there's
All the
no
buildup is-
suspense for me
yeah.
at the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's supposed to start off like it's his kidnapping movie. You know, these guys are kidnapping this little girl, this Russian oligarch, and they're going to take him for all his money and all this stuff. And then they find out she's a vampire, and then they start getting killed off one by one and all this stuff. And you're like, well, shit, I knew all that coming in. So
Yeah.
now I'm all waiting to see how it ends. That's it.
Yeah, and then once you find that out, you're like, okay, well, I could go see it in theaters, but I already know what the twist is, so I'll just
And here's
just
the thing.
wait till streaming.
It was a good movie. It was a fine
It
movie.
looked like it was.
It was
fun.
okay.
It looked like it was fun. I just
Yeah.
didn't get to. I didn't have time to see it.
Yeah.
And also, like, I knew the twist, so like, why?
Well, that's
bother?
it, right? They ruined it for you.
Yeah.
That's why I don't watch trailers. So there we go. And that has everything to do with King of the Hill because it's being rebooted in 2025. Watch it, please. Just don't watch the trailers. Just watch the show. Come on, give it a chance.
Well,
Give
you
it a
can watch
chance. Give
TV
it a
show
chance.
trailers.
Come on.
Again, I like TV show trailers just because it lets me know, okay, what kind of show am I getting into?
All right, one last question, then we'll get out of here. What are you watching now? Like, what's the thing that you're hip deep in right this minute?
Honestly, right now I'm mostly in. Well, I've watched anime. Bleach is back. I'm loving.
Bleach is back.
I'm loving part 3 so far.
Tell me just real quickly, what is Bleach about?
It's a boy who can see the dead, and then he meets a Shinigami.
A Shinigami.
Yes, it's Japanese.
Boy, everywhere you turn, there's a Shinigami. these
Yeah,
days.
and he gets her powers, and he fights evil. That's the worst way to describe it, but that's a way to describe it. But
Okay.
a boy gets Shinigami powers and fights evil.
But you're enjoying it.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay.
And
Well,
then,
there's nothing
but
wrong
I'm
with that
also,
if you're
me,
enjoying
I'm a big I'm really into wrestling right now. So
So
Raw, SmackDown, Dynamite.
there are two. Did you watch Mr. McMahon?
I saw parts of it, but the thing is, I heard like these are all. I've just got into wrestling last year, but once I get into something, I deep dive into
Yeah.
it. So a lot of these stories are stories I've heard
I know
about.
you know the stories, yeah, but
Yeah.
but it is well done.
I heard it's well done.
They did a good job.
And again, I'm interested. I mean, we'll see how that civil suit ends, and if
Oh,
it becomes the actual criminal trial, we'll see.
Well, it's Linda McMahon, part of the team again. She's on Trump's cabinet.
Yeah, but I mean, just as long as he never goes back to WWE, I don't care.
She's a business lady.
If
Hey.
he did those things, go to jail. If he didn't, don't care. Just stay out of. Don't ever
There
go back to
are
wrestling.
two things that I am currently watching, and neither one of them are on TV. They're both on YouTube. One, this guy's name is Jay Harang, JayHarangue. He only has 4,000 subscribers on YouTube, but he does the best I have ever seen reviews / encapsulations of Lifetime movies.
Oh, okay.
And they are so good. He has these little clips he puts in. I cannot imagine how much time it takes him to put one of these things together, and he's got hundreds of them. And yet he's still only got 4,000. So, guys, go check him out, please. Jay Harang. It's JayHarangue on YouTube. Check him out and see what you think. And then the other one that I stumbled across, and this was just last night, her name is Camille. She is on YouTube as well. Now, she has 67,000 subscribers. She does the weirdest little videos. Like the one, I watched one last night that was her telling you about the Ship of Theseus dialogue. So it's like, I don't know if you know the history of Theseus, but it was, I'm building this ship. I hate my ship. I'm going to start building a new ship, but first I'm going to take this one apart, and then I'm going to make parts that are exactly alike the ones that I'm taking apart and build a brand new ship. So the argument is it still the same old ship, or is it a new ship? Because it's the same thing. And so that's a eons old argument, right? But she goes through this thing, and she just does the most deadpan weird green screen stuff. Seriously, if you get a chance, watch a couple of these. Camille, her name is Camille on YouTube. There's one where she's Joan of Arc and she gets visited by the divine void.
Right.
I mean, she just does a good job. So those two, that's what I'm watching right now.
One thing we still have to look forward to, and
Yeah.
they announced it on Twitter. Well, they
Yeah.
didn't announce it, but they teased it. We're getting it at some point. The Abbott Elementary, Always Sunny in Philadelphia crossover is
real?
happening. Yes, Rob McElroy, the guy who plays
Yeah.
Rob. He tweeted a picture. It's Sunny cast on one side, Abbott Elementary cast on another,
Really?
and they all they repost. It's happening.
Huh.
No idea when. Don't even know which show it's gonna be on, or it could be both. I don't even know how these characters are allowed anywhere near a school.
That's really weird. Is
But I'm
Abbott Elementary in Philadelphia?
Yep, it's in Philly.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
So then we got that to look forward to, because Abbott Elementary. If I don't get to watch every episode, but when I see it, it's consistently really funny.
Yeah.
So
Huh.
Abbott Elementary, we got that to look forward to. That's a crossover.
I started Abbott Elementary a long time ago, and I just never really watched more of it. I don't know why.
Oh, it's
I
good.
think it's because it's too close to The Office. Basically, it's basically The Office, Modern Family, all that.
Well, but
it's
also
the
it's
same
because
kind of thing.
it experience you had. Well, you didn't work in elementary school, but you.
No,
were a
I
teacher.
never worked in elementary school. Thank God.
But it is good. It's just.
It's
a fun,
also on network TV, and I've almost gotten to the point where I'm like, screw network TV.
Yeah.
I just don't watch much of it.
But one benefit of it is they're consistently out every year.
That's true.
Yeah, that is nice.
Now, what's her face? The bird from Always Sunny. She has a show on ABC now where she's like this cleaning lady.
I don't know off the top of my head, but she's a cleaning lady with a high IQ.
Mrs. Wrexham.
Yes, crap. I know the freaking title.
It's like something, I don't know.
Keep
Anyway.
talking.
I watched the first couple, and those are pretty good. But again, it's network TV, so
but
I'd rather watch.
procedural, and it's always nice when people are getting work.
I'd rather watch What We Do in the Shadows.
High potential.
High potential. Yeah.
She's a cleaning lady with a high IQ and helps cops solve crimes.
What We Do in the Shadows, by the way, last season. We're getting very close to the end, which makes me very sad because I always like that show. It's
But
very,
hey, at
very
least it's
good.
getting an ending.
Yeah, I guess so.
Not everything gets an ending.
I need a reboot. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us. If you want to check us out, it is bwaakoth.com, or you can find us on most places at bwaakoth. You can send us an email, bwaakoth@gmail.com, and sending out good thoughts to Rusty. Also sending out good thoughts to Zach, who will be back probably in another week. And I want to say thanks to Mason for sitting in here and putting up with my bullshit.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We love you. Thanks for listening, and we'll be back again soon. And one thing left to say.
Ita mom way.
Matamye, indeed. This has been a Rogue Media Network production. Are you a podcaster? Let's talk podcast hosting. Are you tired of your current podcast host? Need real support in a community that gets it? At Rogue Media Network, we offer top-tier podcast hosting services to help you thrive. From hosting and distribution to dedicated support, we've got you covered. Starting as low as $25 a month. Join our community of passionate podcasters today. Contact us at hello@roguemedianetwork.com.